Welcome to EWF Bootcamp day number 13, Elliott Wave structure. In today's bootcamp, we will take a look at some of the basic Elliott Wave structures. We will not cover all the variations of the structure due to the time constraint, but we will look at some of the most basic and popular structures. First one is the impulse. Impulse wave is nothing more than a 5 waves move. As we can see from this low, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's what we call impulse, which is a 5 waves move. So these are the rules. The impulse wave is subdivided into 5 waves, like we count earlier, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then with 1, 3, and 5 subwaves are themselves an impulse. In other words, we can see the subdivision of the wave 1 and the subdivision of the wave 3 and the subdivision of wave 5. All of them is subdivided into another 5 waves of impulse. And then the wave 2 cannot retrace more than the beginning of the wave 1. So you can see the wave 2 here does not retrace lower than the beginning of wave 1. And then wave 3 cannot be the shortest, usually it's the longest one. So we can see the wave 3 here cannot be the shortest wave compared to the wave 1 and the wave 5. Wave 4 cannot overlap with wave 1, so we can see that this wave 4 pullback cannot go to the area of the wave 1, cannot touch or go past beyond the top of the wave 1 here, this wave 4 pullback. Then lastly, wave 5 needs to come with the RSI divergence. In other words, if we look at the RSI, it should be we should be able to see divergence at the end of the wave 5. In terms of the Fibonacci relationship, wave 2 is nothing more than the retracement of the wave 1, so it should be between 50, 61.8, 76.4, or in some cases a deep retracement of 85.4% of the wave 1. Wave 3 typically is 161.8% of the wave 1. Okay, so this is usually the longest one. So in the wave 3 you have an extended Fibonacci extension, usually around 161.8% of the wave 1, but it can also be even higher than that, 200, 261.8 or 323.6% of the wave 1 here. Then the wave 4 usually is between 23.6, 38.2% of the wave 3, but no more than 50% retracement of the wave 3. So this additional rule here we added here to reflect today's market here. When you got wave 4 retracing too much of the wave 3, then you should start thinking that this is not impulse anymore. Then finally, wave 5 is usually equal to the wave 1, okay, or 61.8% of the wave 1 of 3. So you measure from wave 1 to 3, it can be 61.8% of this leg or equal to this leg. And there are 3 different ways to measure the target for the wave 5. One is equal to wave 1, second one is 61.8% of the wave 1 to 3, and third one is 123.6%, 161% of the wave 4. So it's using the external retracement here. Now next up is the zigzag. Zigzag is a corrective 3 waves. We label it as an APC. It is subdivided into the wave A, and the wave C is subdivided into 5 waves impulse. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it is basically a 5, 3, 5 structures. In terms of the Fibonacci relationship, wave B is a retracement of the wave A, so should be between 50%, 61.8%, 76.4%, or in some cases deep retracement, 85.4% of wave A. The wave C here, and this is the key, usually should be 100% of the wave A or 123.6%. So usually should be between 100% and 123.6%, or so-called the equilag area. So because in EWF our philosophy is that today's market runs in 3 waves most of the time, so we will always look at 3 swing move here, where in the third swing usually is between 100% and 123.6%. Sometimes can be truncated at 61.8% as well. Now if wave C turns out to be extended and reach 161.8% of the wave A, then it can turn to become an impulse, because then it can become a 1, 2, 3 with a 4 and 5 coming. Another one here is the flat. A flat is also a corrective structures, a 3 waves, 1, 2, 3, label as an APC. So the label is the same as the zigzag, but it is not the zigzag. You can think of a flat as a sideways correction, and the difference between a flat and a zigzag is really on the internal side. I mean, the internal subdivision here you can see is a 3, 3, 5, unlike zigzag is a 5, 3, 5. So there are 3 types of flat: a regular flat, irregular or expanded flat, and the running flat. The difference being just where the width B and the width C ends or terminates. So in the expanded flat is the most, I mean, that's why it's called irregular. You can see the width B extends more than the beginning of the width A, and the width C extends more than the end of the width A. Regular flat, on the other hand, is pretty simple. It looks like pretty much like a sideways correction here, like does not go past beyond any of the level, while the expanded flat can terminate or go past beyond one of the levels here. And the running flat, one of them go past beyond and the other one fail to pass it, and then it completes the structure of the flat. So let's take a look here. Regular flats, for example, this is a corrective 3 waves labeled as an APC. Subdivision of width A and the width B is in 3 waves here. You can see 3 and 3. And then the subdivision of the C will be in the impulse or diagonal. And with A and B, these 3 waves here can be any corrective structure. In other words, this could be APC, this could be a WXY that we're going to take a look at later, or it could be another flat. Okay, so this could be any corrective structure here in the A and the B. So this is a 3, 3, 5 structure. Width B does not retrace more than the beginning of width A, and then at the end of the width C, we need to have a divergence. So width B here usually is at between 50%, 61.8%, 76.4%, 85.4%. Usually it's a deep retracement in a flat, so it can even retest it almost like 100% before another turn lower that is pretty strong, because it will be in impulse 5 waves. With C typically is between 100%, 123.6% of the width A and B. Next structure we're going to take a look at is triangle. Okay, triangle is also a sideways consolidation right here. There are many different variations of triangle. Okay, ascending triangle, descending, symmetrical, expanding, and depending whether it is in the bullish market or bearish market, you just flip the sort of the shape of the triangle here to indicate which type of the triangle. So we're not going to take a look at all of them, but we're going to use one which is the most popular one, that is the symmetrical triangle here, to see the rules and also the Fibonacci relationship. Right here is the symmetrical triangle. The rules is corrective structure. This is corrective structures labeled as an A, B, C, D, E. And triangle usually happens either in the width B of an APC, or it usually happens in the width 4 of a 5 waves impulse. So when you see a 5 waves impulse, usually width 4 unfolded as a triangle. Or in an ABC, usually with B also can unfold in some sort of triangle. Subdivided into 3. Every leg here is subdivided into 3. You can see a leg is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. The RSI also needs to support the triangle in every time frame. In other words, the RSI also, when you look at the RSI, it should also shape like this kind of triangle. It should not, the width B in the RSI, for example, should not go past the beginning of the width A in the RSI. And then the subdivision right here of the ABCDE can either be an ABC, WXY, or flat. In other words, this is a corrective structure, which is a 3 waves or 3 swing move. So it can be an ABC of a zigzag, it can be a WXY that we're going to take a look next, or it can be a flat as well. So it can be any corrective structure. Same thing with the B here in the subdivision here, same thing with the C, and so on. Now this is the most common structure right now in the market, which is a double 3. We label this as a WXY. A double 3, you can think of a double 3 as a combination of 2 corrective structures. So this W here on the left side, the internal, the subdivision of the W is a flat. You can see it's an APC here in the subdivision. This is a flat structure. This is a 335. On the right hand side, this is a zigzag. This is an ABC. It's a 535 zigzag. So you have, on the one hand, on the left side, you have a flat structure, flat corrective structure. On the right side, you have a zigzag corrective structure, and you combine them together. So you have two different corrective structures combined together. So you put a W and X as the connectors. So when you combine the two of them together, you label this as a W, X, Y. So the W is subdivided into a flat, the Y is subdivided into a zigzag, and then you have a connectors, the X. This can be any type of corrective structures. In this case, we assume it is an ABC, or we assume it is a zigzag. Okay, so right here with W and the Y subdivision here can be anything. This can be any corrective structures, can be an ABC like this, can be a flat, can be a zigzag, or it can be a WXY itself. So it can be another WXY in the lesser degree, or it can be a WXYZ, which is a 333. We're going to take a look at WXY again. This is a WXY, but we will take a look next in the WXYZ or in WXY in more details in the next slides. So with X here can be any corrective structures. WXY usually is called a 7 swing, okay, or 15 swing, or 23 swing. Now how do we count this? You can see from here we have 1, 2, 3, and then we should not count this as 3 because this is count the trend here. Now remember, this is WXY here. In this case, is a lower low, so this is a sort of a bearish sequence here. So we count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in this case, this is a 7 swing structure. If it gets expanded, it could become 15 swing, 23 swing, and so on. Now the Fibonacci relationship with X here is a retracement of the with W. So it's between 50%, 61.8%, 76.4%, and so on of the with W. And this is the key here. The with Y as the third swing of this overall WXY usually is between 100% and 123.6% of the with W. So it should be similar to the ABC zigzag we see earlier. When you see a 1, 2, 3 swing, regardless the subdivision here, regardless of what the internal looks like, when you can clearly see a 3 swing move, then the third swing usually is between 100% and 123.6% of the first swing. So with Y here, the third swing cannot pass beyond 161.8% of with W, because otherwise it gets too extended and can become an impulse, even though the subdivision maybe is not really impulsive, but can always become a diagonal or some other types of correction. And right here is a special form of a WXY. The most popular structure, the most common structure into this market is this way. This is a very simple structure actually. All you have is everything is in a 3, right? So you have 3 waves, 3 waves, 3 waves, like an ABC zigzag, but then this is subdivided into 3, and this is also subdivided into 3. And you label this as a WXY. So you got a subdivision of another WXY in the lesser degree here in the W here. Okay, so this W in bracket is in the higher degree, and this one here in the lesser degree. So the W in bracket is subdivided into a WXY of a lesser degree, right? So this is a special type that is the most common structure. So you got to be very familiar with this, but this is very simple. In fact, everything is subdivided into 3. And with W, X, and Y, again, subdivision is another WXY. This is very clear, it's a 7 swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, I do not count this into 3 because this is count the trend. With X here, is a retracement of with W, so between 50, 61.8%, 76.4, 85.4% of the with W. With Y, very commonly is between 100% and 123.6% of the with W, and that is called the equal leg area, and we show it in as a blue box all the time, and also called the Fibonacci extension area. With Y, cannot pass beyond 161.8% of the with W, because then it gets too extended and can become some sort of a 5 waves diagonal. Now lastly, this is a triple tree. Now triple tree is, think about triple tree is similar as a double tree. It is a combination of 3 corrective structures, and this is the most simple form, okay? Because otherwise, any combination here, this can be any combination of corrective structures. We can see this is labeled as WXYZ. We can see it from this low here. We have W in red, X, Y, X, Z. So this is a WXYZ structure, but the internal of the W, the Y, and the Z in fact can be any corrective structures. Can be a flat, can be a zigzag, can be another WXY, can be another even WXYZ in the lesser degree, can be anything. But the most simple form is, for our purpose of the presentation, is another WXY. So every leg is subdivided into WXY for simplicity purpose. And this is called 11 swing. We can count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In terms of the Fibonacci relationship, the with X is a retracement of with W, so it's between 50, 61.8, 76.4, 85.4% of the with W, and then with Y here is nothing more than the same equal leg to the with W, so between 100% and 123.6% of with W. Same thing with the with Z here. This is also usually 100% and 123.6% of the with W. And with Y as the third, this swing here also cannot pass beyond 161.8% of the with W right here. Okay, so this is an 11 swing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I hope this basic information can help you identify some of the most popular and basic Elliott wave structures. Now if you need more information, our educational class on the learning Elliott wave is going to cover in a lot more details about all of the structures, including all the variations. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again next time.